for Joseph and Louis, but I'm sure this is being shared on my wall. A happy afternoon to all of you. Are you having your afternoon tea now? Now, today, it's been quite a few weeks I've not shared anything. Sometimes it's good to take a break.
But I'm sure this is
Today, I have two different guests. All the time, my guests were usually ladies, but today I have two guys for you. Now, why would I be sharing some of my associates' understanding and advice on menswear? So when I thought about this point, we have been talking about many other things, including ladies. So I thought, menswear is a good subject that we like to talk. And what's best is to speak to two men so that they can give you the best advice if you don't trust Josephine, okay, being a woman. Now, two guys, what normally the guests whom I invite, they are, we often have in synergy, yeah? Or these two guests have in synergy, whichever works, because harmony and synergy is the utmost important building relationships, yeah? So today, these two guys, Tom and Raymond, both of them do not know each other. One, Raymond is from Hong Kong and Tom is from Thailand. Of course, Josephine is right in the middle. Huh? Tom, as I say, Tom and Raymond doesn't know each other, but I know both of them. And I just mentioned when we bring people up on stage to meet you, we often have a kind of harmony or we must be in synergy. Now, three of us, we are educators. Educators means we train people, we coach people, we want people to go to a next level, or our purpose of doing this certainly is to help and guide people to get what they want in order, to survive or whatever in this situation right now. Yeah. And when you talk about educating, something that something that makes me uh, very much passionate is why do people go for education? For example, myself, I was graduated in 2008 in Hong Kong with an image consulting international certification. But after I was graduated, I spent 5 long years searching for more gurus, searching for more image contents to strengthen my position, to strengthen my status, because I want to become a competent image consultant. And after practicing for a few years, my next goal was I want to teach people to become image consultants. Hmm? That is where I meet these two guys. I have one signature public course, and I love to work on menswear. So a lot of people know when they want menswear, they usually look for the fin. So I have this signature program called Men's Society, which is an advanced menswear course. In that course, we even teach you how to look at the number of stitches per centimeter to call that a good workmanship. Mm? And obviously, like I've just mentioned, I had a goal after 5 years of working is to create and um, not create, I would say it's to certify people to become certified image consultants. So I have my first image consultant certification, FICC, an international certification, where Tam actually came all the way from Bangkok and get certified from me. Yeah. So I let these two guys tell who they are in a short while. But before we get them in, since today our main topic is Smart Men Alive, we are speaking about smart dressing for men. We are not saying you have to be very trendy, very fashionable so long a man dresses smart, so long a man dresses tidy, yeah, and not sloppy. That's good dressing. But is that all? There might be more. So before we bring them in, people, you have any questions on menswear? You may be a guy yourself. You want to know more. Even ask them about shoes, ask them about belts, ask them about what's checked, whatever it is. Or you may be an image consultant. So you want to intensify something more that you want to know about men through these two educators. Bring in your questions because only today they're going to answer you. After that, you can ask me, but that might be too late. So it all depends. So grab this opportunity. When you have these two guys, get in touch with them, ask them what you want, right? So we're going to bring in these two guys. We're going to have Raymond from Hong Kong and Tom of Bangkok.
Oh, hi, Josephine. Hi, T.
Hi,
Hi, Tom.
Josephine. Hi, Raymond.
Hello,
Hi.
Raymond and Tom. It's so good to see you both together. How I miss you, right? Do you miss me or not?
Yeah. Well, we plan many trips to Malaysia, but we cannot fly anywhere now. So
we will. When things are getting better, we will, because there's so many opportunities for us to work together again. But at least for now, thanks to a live stream virtually, we can in fact talk to each other through through the net, through the air. How are you guys doing?
Fine. Just had my lunch.
How is the pandemic treating you? Now, one is from Bangkok, one is from Hong Kong. We'd like to hear what really happens in your own country. But before that, my viewers might want to know more about you two guys. So who wants to introduce yourself first?
Okay.
You pick.
Okay. I'm Tam, right, from Bangkok. I am image consultant and mindset coach. Now I'm the VP education of AICI Thailand chapter, and I'm the licensed trainer, the first one in Thailand from the ET Institute. Yes, and
No, sorry.
No, I'm just a personality trainer in Bangkok. Okay, just leave that.
Yeah.
Tom.
Okay.
Tom has got this Thailand accent, which again I often say I miss the people in Thailand. Tom.
Yeah.
In Thailand, right? When you are in Thailand, the people have very long names. So Tom's name is Khemakorn. I come across many people with very long names, but you know the wonder of people in Thai, you have a long name and you have a short name. So Tom, this is your short name or is it part of your name?
Short name, my nickname.
Oh, this
my
is your nickname.
My real name is Khemakorn.
So what does Tom means, yeah?
No meaning. No meaning. Yeah, no meaning. So I name my name now is like a spectrum.
Like what?
A spectrum.
Spectrum. Hello, Louis. It's nice to see you. And Louis is saying hi to Raymond. Louis know Raymond, man? No, right? You have not.
No,
right?
Louis said like we met once in Malaysia, right?
Louis, you met Louis, right? No.
Anyway, I don't think I have.
I have so many students. I get confused. So let's go. Let's move on to Raymond a little bit. Now, Raymond is very interesting. I never knew this guy until he found me, in fact, in the line. And he thought I was in Bangkok. He thought I teach in Bangkok. I said, no, because I have an associate in Bangkok where I used to go and train twice a year. So finally, he came to Kuala Lumpur for Men's Society. And I was saying, usually before someone comes to my training, I would like to know this person's background and the reason why would you want to take up such a course. So when I talked to Raymond, he says he's a medical doctor. Medical doctor? Why would you want to come and learn image, especially men's society from me? And later on, I got to know he have already been graduated in an image consulting school. So he knows image consulting. And in particular, because of menswear, he wants to get more information. Not that he doesn't dress well. You know, when he walked into the room, we were like, oh, you know, this guy was very good looking. Yeah. So, Raymond, tell us something about yourself.
Yeah. Hi. So most people know me as a doctor. Some know me as a boxer. But actually, I spent the most years doing image consulting for myself because my interest is to look good and be cool. And and funny how actually I know about you from quite a while with the AICI Hong Kong. You don't know me because I'm very inactive there. And I only know Priscilla, and now May is the president, and I haven't been to any event yet. So that's me being lazy. Yeah.
You see, AICI a pretty good association where networking is abundance. You know, just a little bit. I know Tom a lot, but for Raymond, I was trying to know him better because when we met him, he don't talk. He doesn't talk much.
Yeah. Well, I remember you said you have been in the AICI Hong Kong for so long. How come I don't know you? You said to me, I said, yeah, because I'm not active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak a lot until we get to know him. Then that is why people are like that. Certain people, the more they take some time, right, to get to know the person. And once you get to know the person, voila, you know, it's so different. We will deep dive a little bit down later on what this guy's focus is. Oh, I met Tom in Bangkok. Oh yeah, in Bangkok. We brought Louis to AICI Thailand, Bangkok, and Louis was training lifestyle posing. Louis is my, she is my instructor in lifestyle posing. Louis. Okay, now Raymond and Tom. Today we talk about why dressing is important to men. So, Tom, can you tell me, you are dressing men in Bangkok, and you tell me, Joe, I often train and coach the professional guys in Bangkok, and all the Facebook posts that I see you, the people are always in suits. You know, this is another thing because, I mean, in my country today, nobody wants to wear suit, only for one event that they go, right? So it's a different culture altogether. Are people in Bangkok or Thailand, do they concentrate or focus on formal dressing?
Okay, for me, when I tell my student, and the popular question is about the suit or jacket is a must for them or not. So I explain like that. Uh, it depends on the professional in your career. If your professional in your career is like an outdoor and it's very hot circumstance, so it's not necessary to wear the suit or jacket. But the dressing, your dressing is support your professional career. This is a must.
Do men wear suits to office?
Uh, not really, not really. In Thailand or in Bangkok, in the office area, we wear only the shirt and slacks, just only
Uh-huh.
that.
Mm.
But I recommend them to spare jacket at the chair.
Okay. And they accept the fact that you teach them formal wear?
Yes, because when I teach them, I try to tell like a formality and like a TPO that you said many times. Because a TPO, we have to adjust yourself or themselves like a flexibility with jacket.
Mm. True,
Mm-hmm.
true. What about Raymond? What's your take? Is
Yeah.
dressing so important to men? You just
Yeah. Well.
mentioned image consulting for yourself. You want to look good. So
Yeah.
why is it important?
Yeah. Of course, it's important. First of all, you feel good if you wear something that you are comfortable and you feel confident in it. Also, it projects your image. People see you if you look good. Of course, many people are shallow. They see you look good, they are nicer to you. Um,
Ah,
but I would say there's a difference between a formal and looking good. You know, I see many people walking around in suit, but
mhm,
if it's of a wrong color or the fit doesn't look good, it's a wrong cutting, they still not very smart, although they are formal. So there's a lot to learn about men's sort of image and how to wear a suit properly.
mhm.
And I think the situation here in Hong Kong is same as in Thailand, as Tom says. Um, the temperature is quite warm. It's not always nice to wear full complete suit. It's quite
But
uncomfortable.
you have full season in Hong Kong, right?
And with the global warming, it's getting less and less
Okay.
different. It's always quite warm, always quite hot. But like we
Ah,
have air conditioning indoor. Um,
mhm.
I don't work in the office, but I still see many people in the streets walking around in suit, and I sometimes wonder how they do that. It's so hot. Uh,
Ah, okay.
yeah.
Because when we watch like Hong Kong drama, wearing a suit in Hong Kong is like it's norm,
Mm.
it's quite normal.
Yeah.
Unless it's during
Mm, mm,
summer, in summer you even have
mm.
your Neapolitan suits, the linen
Yeah.
suits and all this,
Mm,
which are so different, huh?
yeah. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now,
But it's still a
mm,
common thing for workwear.
for workwear,
Yeah.
Raymond, you
Mm,
just I picked up two words that you mentioned just now, which is color and
yeah.
fit.
Mm,
Which is more important? Should it be color or
yeah.
should it be fit?
Well, say for men, probably there aren't that many color to choose from. I see in Thailand people are very colorful. Like what Tom is wearing now, we got a bright yellow orange
Right.
shirt. Yeah, it's very colorful. But I think what I see in Hong Kong is a bit more boring. It's always black, white, or gray.
Mm, mm,
Just the standard colors, neutral color that can go wrong.
mm, mm,
And
mm.
and
The
Okay. Normally in Thailand, the color is like Hong Kong that Raymond said.
what?
It's not
What?
colorful like the color. The color
Uh-huh.
for menswear in Bangkok
Yes.
is not colorful like you see me dressed today.
mm.
It's quite boring. Like you said in Hong Kong, it's like a
Oh
white,
really?
black, gray. Yeah, but I try to educate. Like if you try to make yourself different,
Mm.
color is a choice. Color is a choice, but
Yeah.
fit is a must.
Fit
Yeah.
is a must. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree. For men's dressing, the fit is so important, right? But I do see in Thailand the girls are very colorful. When it comes to, I think now when we talk about dressing, whether it's girls or boys, now I teach men's dressing. Usually, men's dressing, I must say, there are a lot of stringent rules. You know that.
Mhm.
And dressing well, in fact, if you memorize the 50 rules, it's already, you are super. But today, guys, example, they are not even wearing socks. right? And when we tell them, okay, straight cut or slim cut, excuse me, they are already wearing the 3/4 crop cuffed pants, except they don't wear to work, but they walk outside. So I believe the influence of fashion, especially the Korean fashion today, has much taken a center stage for a lot of men's wear. And some guys, they just want to look very trendy. So they do not want to be boring. They felt that it's old fashioned when we train them. You know, you have to wear a straight cut instead of a skinny cut, that kind of stuff. Huh? Now, so we are talking about color and fit and all this. Can one of you tell me, or both of you might as well, you tell me, it's the most crucial element in a men's menswear, a men's attire. To you, what is the most crucial element? Thumb?
Maybe use the thumb first.
Okay. For me, I recommend shoes, nice shoes.
Man
Yes.
shoes makes a man.
Yeah, nice shoes makes a man. Because it means many things. It means many things. When others look at me, and if I wear proper dress, nice color, good fit, but it's like a dirty shoes or not proper shoes, it may make you like a energy drop and like a about the impression is drop.
And you are not a detailed person, right? The last part is you don't bother to take care.
Yeah. Because shoes is a very bring you to work, bring you to make money, and bring you to everywhere, but you not focus on your shoes. So this is the most important thing in my opinion.
Okay, shoes. Raymond?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's not about any single item. It's about how it matches you. It's more your personality and your outfit, how it fits. For example, if you're a very uptight person, and then you wear something very trendy, it just doesn't seem to match. Or the other way around, if you're very sorry,
Raymond, wait, what do you mean by uptight?
like say there must be guys who don't laugh at jokes, and who
Okay.
who are very very serious about everything.
Right.
Yeah. And you won't see them wearing like t-shirt with funny logos on. Or the other way around, if you are very sort of outgoing, funny, and then you wear a really sort of formal suit and shirt and tie, and you just think something is not matching. And of course also
something is not right.
Yeah. And of course also for the occasion. When we talk about menswear, we just focus so much on wearing like a smart suit, how the shirt and tie all this should match. But that's more for like work and formal occasions. And I have friends like that who learn this, and then he go to the barbecue in a suit, and it's just sort of out of place. Everybody laughs at him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Do we have any questions so far? No. So I like the point of Raymond says 即係個場合啊，個場合都要場合同埋the personality of that person. I could understand. Heidi says hello, Raymond. Heidi is from
Hello,
Hong Kong.
Heidi. Oh, great.
Actually, it's just the same with women. You know, take me for example. I mean, we talk about women. There are many styles. There are 7 universal styles. But for me, I extend it to 10 styles. Yeah. Take myself, for example. I am not the alluring type where I cannot carry anything that, show more of the skin, for instance. So if I suddenly one day try to look very sexy in a very sensuous outfit, I practically cannot talk the whole night. So it's really not me. So how you carry your outfit, it has to be who you are. That is why the TOP, like what Tom mentioned, is important. It's either you as a person or who you are meeting that that matches. Yeah, so I like these two answers. Now, Tam, just now you mentioned shoes so important, right? I have one
Mhm.
question for you because when I train corporate, Malaysian boys, let me tell you, I can hardly find a guy who wears a pair of shoe that has laced. The shoelace. Most
Mhm.
guys here, they love to wear just loafers. So I always call that
Mhm.
as a lazy man shoe. You just put your feet in and you walk. So since now Tom says shoes is so important, right? Oxford supposed to be very formal, and no boys will ever like Oxford because they say it's very old-fashioned, so they don't want to look like an old man. So, what is the best kind of shoes, uh, Tom, you would
Mhm.
recommend for a man to look good at any occasion? Let's say business, because every day we walk out, we meet people. So, that's business.
Okay, it depends on the total look of
Mm-hmm.
them. In my opinion, Oxford shoe is not necessary to wear every time or everywhere. Like you said, nowadays, uh, teenagers want to wear loafer than a
Mm,
formal dress shoes.
mm,
But that loafer must be in a good form, nice
mm,
leather, and
mm,
hard enough to
mm.
like for the good shape. It's better for me.
Because men will always go for a lasting and a duration, a pair of shoe that can last you for a long time, right? The same goes to belts, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got one question for Raymond, talking about shoes again.
Yeah.
We have a lot of men, they do not know how to choose shoes. Again, in my country, we are a multicultural country
Mm.
where we have the Malays, we have Chinese, we have Indians that live in my country. In general, what 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 is the best? Okay, I must well I tune your question a little bit. A a pair of brown color shoes, Raymond, or
Yeah.
a pair of burgundy color shoes.
Mm.
How I see some guys quite flamboyant. They wear
Mhm.
not just brown, but maybe a champagne, burgundy color, some
Yeah.
even a navy blue shoes with some
Yeah.
perforated designs. In
Mm.
terms of color, what would you say if a guy were to wear different color shoes? Is it practical, not practical, or is it what is your advice?
Well, if you ask me, I'm fine with it. I sometimes does it myself, and sometimes even get different color socks to match with it. So I think as long as the outfits sort of match, that doesn't really clash with the color wheel, I think it's okay. And what I would say is, if it is a multi-color shoes, get a belt to match with it. So the belt should match with at least one color of the shoes. I
Mm,
think that's more important in terms of getting a tidy look. And if
right.
your shoes is sort of bright and colorful, and I would say your pants should stick, like your trousers should stick to a more sort of more plain or neutral color one, like blue jeans or gray or black, that can pretty much match everything.
Meaning, if the shoes is
Mm.
colorful,
Yeah, yeah,
the trouser should be of a more solid or washed color so that the
yeah,
focus
more
is on.
neutral. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Raymond is a fun guy when it comes to dressing. I know. If you compare these two guys, what do they have at their lapel? Tom had a flower, or is it a flower? Do you have a something on the
No, no,
lapel, or is
no.
it chief?
Pocket square.
Suppose.
Oh,
Okay,
I
suppose the
don't have
handkerchief.
anything today. Yeah.
You don't have
It's a
anything. I thought I
it's my
saw.
mic.
No, 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 not this. I think it's
Ah.
the gold part has got a little
Oh, yeah.
shape,
No.
and I thought because I know Raymond used to pin
Yeah, that's right.
very funny pins, and that
Yeah,
is in fact a communication
yeah.
thing. I
No,
know that. Yeah.
simple pickup tricks.
What trick? What trick? Raymond, tell us what trick.
Pick up.
Pick up trick.
That's what you say
If
when you pick up girls in the street. Yeah.
in case there are some men viewers, tell
Yeah.
us
Well,
what
it's
that
usually I usually do something like how I learn English. I learn the rules so that I know how to break the rules. I do this by doing something outrageous. Like we all have like formal pins and that on the lapels, but once in a while you put something like maybe a dog on it, like a cartoon thing. So it's like a starting point for a conversation. It's so maybe some girls will come and talk to you and say, that's nice pin. And you can start talking about, hey, this is a dog, I have a dog. And you can talk about your pets and you can exchange and ask her, do you have a pet? And you can start a conversation going.
I use
Yeah.
this trick often.
So
Yeah.
this is we call an image communicator. If you meet
Yeah.
Raymond, I think you cannot run away from Raymond, right? He will make sure you talk to him and get interested in what he do. I think that's very important,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So now come back to this one. Again, you know, men, 70% of my clients, when it comes to in men image consulting, it's very strange. 70% of them, 70% of my clients are men. So now I want to ask you two guys, yeah. What if a man says, why should I, dress well? Why should I look good? No need, because I'm very smart. I'm very intelligent, I'm competent. Do I need to dress well just to show people superficially that I'm good looking? But I'm actually very smart. My company needs me. So, Tom, do you agree?
Uh, I want to ask them back, right? Uh, is this belief or truth
Mm-hmm.
that you say? Because if you believe that your charisma, your your ability is more important than dressing, I want to ask them like, is it better to make anybody get impression from you easier than usual?
Mm.
If you can make first impression as fast as you can, the I mean like the the content that you have is like a more provide like a more better.
Mm-mm.
You
So you are
understand?
so you are saying something like, even though you are very talented, you are very
Yes.
smart, but
Yeah.
only people who knows you. But there are
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
doesn't know you. You may lose the opportunity because you could not capture the attention or the attraction of somebody
Yeah.
else you want to catch the attention.
Yeah. If they are not attractive enough to communicate with something you want to communicate.
Okay, I like the word you say, attractive. All right. Now we just
Mhm.
mentioned and we learned that It's important the mix and match. It's important beef up some color. It's most important to be fit for men's dressing. So you just mentioned what did I say? Attractive. So let's say this particular guy, it's already quite okay in the dressing. What else would you like to improve on his outlook?
Normally, pardon me.
His dressing is quite okay, right?
Mhm.
Is there anything you might want to help him to look better?
Mm. I have to see him first, and and have to ask him that
Mm-hmm.
what part of himself that want to improve or want to make it distinctive, more
Ah,
distinctive.
Mm,
go.
yes.
What about Raymond?
Yeah, or thinking the same. If it was a guy who has okay looking, maybe shirt and trousers, what to add would be some accessories that can show more of his personality or can make him stand out
Accessories.
more. Yeah, accessories
Talking about accessories.
like
What
like
accessories?
watch, bracelets, um,
Bracelet.
yeah, necklace even, or some kind of pins or whatever. Just little things that adds on to his outfit.
This is an
Yeah,
outrageous guy. Huh? We talk about necklace.
yeah.
We talk about
Well, not necklace, as in things that go around the neck, whatever that is for guys, whatever it's
why
called.
neck. Good question. Why neck?
Um, well, just something that can show, because if you're not wearing a shirt and tie, if you're wearing a tie, of course you don't wear something around your neck anymore. But if it's a t-shirt, you can wear something like say I had one myself. I had a whistle before, and I had a sort of little grenade before, just so that it's
Oh,
a talking point of conversation. Yeah, say the whistle we can talk about. Yeah, reminds me of my PE coach who blows the whistle and I do my fitness test. And then you can talk about your sports or the sports background if you have that. And I also had one with a little grenade. And I can tell
wow.
people that, hey, I play the survival games. I go shooting sometimes and talk about a bit of this. I've been in the cadet before while at school. And this is like addition to sort of bring up conversations.
You are a dangerous armed man.
Uh, those are just
Right.
hobby for fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're talking about communications. Because all of us does image consulting, right?
Mm,
Image consulting, we always say ABC.
yeah.
ABC, A, appearance,
Mm,
behavior, include our mannerism, and communication. When I tell people I'm an image consultant, there are times guys, because I always mix with guys, right? They always ask me,
mm,
Joa, you do this kind of job. Can you survive by dressing people look nice? So you see, the perception of people about image consultant is, can you guys hear me well? Because I don't have the speaker. Can you
yeah.
guys hear me well?
Okay.
Good. So the perception of people about image consultant is only dressing. Which, yes or no, because when you go to a school and learn your foundation, the teacher would always teach you the basic foundation from learning the color wheel up to knowing what is a contrast, right? So all these technicalities we learned already. But the B and C is often neglected.
Mm,
B and C, I would love to train B and C rather, because if people have more behavior, they understand more about etiquette, it's a better place to live in, including civility. ET, you are talking about World Civility Index. If you go through this, you can get a World Civility Index. You go anywhere, people will recognize the WCI. They know, okay, you are soft skills trained. You are someone with a certain level, and we like you because you know international mannerism, so to speak. And the other part is communication. Why communication is important, I felt no matter how we do communication, even with a lockdown, we meet people, through the social media. One fine day, we will go out and do business. We want to attract a better half, a partner or whatever. So communication, I felt, is in fact the sharpest weapon ever. If someone hires me as an image consultant to teach you how to dress well, very easy. To me, it's so easy. But it's the behavior and communication. Not everybody pluck up the courage to speak up, to express themselves, or, behave themselves as a very poised person, in and out, that kind of thing. So in image, I felt the B and C has to be focused a lot. So now my question back to Raymond. Raymond,
Mm.
you are an image communicator. We know
Yeah.
you have many, many ways of making people talk to you, right?
Mm.
So from what I said, I also know you have other businesses where you train people to start expressing themselves and make people remember you, right? It's important, isn't it? Tom, you
Yeah.
agree too? So, Raymond, can you tell me, um, is there any techniques, or why should you make it easier for people to understand? Now, is there
Mm.
a technique, or why is it so important that people first not only dress well, you dress well, but you don't know how to talk, no point, right?
Mm.
So why is it so important, and what benefits will they get if they are a smooth operator in talking?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to get to start a conversation where both of you are interested in it. So sometimes the problem is people start talking about what they like and not pay attention that the other person doesn't want to hear. So it's often easier to start with a very general topic and to get some idea of what the other person likes to talk further about. Say, for
Mhm,
example, I would say, just think out of my mind now. I can start with talking about, hey, last week I watched a movie about Chinese volleyball, and then
mhm,
talk a little bit about it. And from that topic, based on their reaction, you can talk more about, say, movies. Like, I watched this movie. Have you seen this? Or have you seen other movies? What other movies do you like? And can kind of go into another topics where you let the other person talk about his or her interest in movies. And if that person doesn't like movies, from my first topic about this movies on Chinese volleyball, you can talk about sports. You can talk about volleyball and say, "Hi, I've never played volleyball before. It's hard to get a full team together. I like such and such sports," and ask them what sports he or she likes, and see if that is the topic that he or she will be interested in.
mhm,
And also from that, we can talk about, say, it's Chinese volleyball. It has some background about different parts of China, how it evolved from, say, from the 80s until now. And you can talk about traveling and say, hey, I've never been to those parts of China. I've always wanted to go there and there and there. I've only been to other certain places. And you can ask the
mhm,
person, so what places they have been to in terms of holidays, and get to know him or her more about the um,
mhm,
places that they like to go to. So
mhm,
say just from a little topic about a movie you watched last week, you can move on to other various topics to learn more about the person you're talking
mhm,
to. Yeah.
mhm,
And of course, it's a way of getting familiar with new friends. Yeah.
mhm.
And that's
Okay,
like something I will ask.
okay. So,
Yeah.
what Raymond suggests is we must know quite well what is the latest uh, common topics lah, huh? I would say. So
Yeah.
common
Or
topics to speak would be sports, right? Sports, movies, holidays. Gosh, you
yeah.
talk about sports, I probably cannot utter a word of sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, food
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. You can we do that too. I mean, especially now we can talk about like we go to a cinema. We used to have the popcorns and hot dogs, but now because of the situation, we cannot take off our mask in the cinema. And there's no more food there, and then you can easily switch your topic into food. Yeah, instead of like the popcorn.
Throughout the whole movies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Since you are an image communicator and you teach people how to be a smooth operator, so Raymond, why do you want to teach this topic? I'm sure you have a purpose. Why is communication important, and what benefits would communication bring to people?
Oh, we all communicate by well, most people do it by talking. So the more you learn about other people, the more you get to know them better, whether they are going to be your good friends or whether they are good for as business partner. You got to learn about them first. So I think the more you can communicate, the better you get to know the person before you start off something like other long-term plans.
Right.
Yeah.
So Tam, can I ask you, Tam?
Yeah.
What is the greatest mistake a man would ever done to their total outlook? What is the greatest mistake a man would ever done in their total outlook?
Many mistakes that I found from my students. So, such as like too low trousers. It means like a low waist,
long.
low waist, too
long.
low waist. Waist is too.
Yeah. Okay.
So it makes like a body proportion is like a quite long, too long torso and a short leg, and 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 about the shirt collar. Shirt collar. Yeah, shirt collar is not like a stiff enough. It's like a flyaway.
Yes. Casual,
Yeah.
right? And non-fused. Oh, yeah. This guy is so good in his technicalities. So people in Thailand, if you really want to look smart and dress smart, this is the one. I think there are very few image consultants who are guys in Bangkok. So this is the real guy who, well, he can tell you everything from A to Z. Raymond, so can you tell me what would be the greatest mistake any man could have in their overall outlook?
I think the worst thing is to wear something untidy, something got dirt or worn out, and that was a major turnoff.
Why? Why is
like,
it a turn?
But it just showed the whole thing is like untidy, and you don't pay attention to these details.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a dirty guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Not vintage though. Vintage are meant to be like that, but like dirty.
It's I thought only women should look clean and tidy. I didn't even know men, when you look at another man, when they are the clothes are dirty and whatnot. If you were to ask me being a woman, I have three things. I'm not talking about behavior yet. I'm not talking about communication. Let's put that aside. There's too much to speak about. We just say the overall outlook. Now, number one, I talk from head to toe. Okay. Number one, it's glasses. You know, some guys, they really look good in glasses. But some guys, they need to wear glasses and the glasses are totally off. people, we say we look at you from head to toe. So my advice is get a good pair of glasses that would make people look at the entire face and speak to you eye to eye better than a black frame glass or something that, you know, it doesn't suit them at all. Because the first thing you look at their face is their glasses for those who wear glasses, or even their hairstyle. Hairstyle could be very important. And number two, if I travel down, I don't know why, some guys that I know, they just don't wear a belt. A belt. You know, when you don't wear a belt, how you look like, you know, it is a necessity for every man. Now, women don't need a belt because we have hourglass figure, okay? The pants that we wear will never drop. But, you know, guys, that is why you need the belt to hold on to it. And when they don't wear a belt, something is really missing. And last but not least, which um, if a guy wears a fragrance and he walk past me, I will surely look at who this guy is. But if you don't wear a fragrance, especially when I walk into a lift and these guys were heavily sweated, you know what I mean? Gosh. So men, I think the body odor, you have to be pleasantly, let people around you be pleasant. So wear a fragrance. To me, a man's cologne or a man's fragrance is very, very important. Huh? Okay. Um, I just mentioned that we are almost at our lockdown is extended. So even inter-transfer, it's delayed up to December. So it's pretty tough for us now. And I know we are non-essential product, less services. So it's even more tough for our job to be during this pandemic season. How is Bangkok? I heard Bangkok and Thailand is doing very well. How can this country do so well? Tell us something about what have you done to make everybody travel around, you know, and they are not afraid of, I mean, not to say not afraid, but it is less precautions, I would say, and more freedom in Thailand. What have your people done or your government have done? What have your people done to curb this pandemic?
Okay, we are wear masks every time to go out, and we have
So
like
Malaysia also, everybody wear mask.
uh-huh.
But our cases, it's like soaring high, unfortunately. Yeah.
Hmm. Maybe our government locked down the country in the first stage, like in the early stage, and we are in like in the panic situation. So we quite
Discipline.
uh
People are very
yeah
disciplined and the
yeah
numbers drop. And you don't have any other import in, right?
in that day, but now but today we have many tourists come to our country
Oh yeah, you're open to tourists already. So people
already, but self quarantine for 10 days.
10 days. So people can actually come to Bangkok to Phuket, quarantine 10 days.
Yeah,
Hmm.
10 to 14. I heard minus to 10 days.
Because usually international rules are always 14 days, right?
Yeah, for 14. I heard like we negotiate to 10 days. I I heard that.
What about Raymond in Hong Kong?
It's actually getting better now. We get few case, I think about less than 10 case, fewer than 10 case every day. So people are relaxing now. Actually, relaxing the restriction. We can go out more. The restaurants are open again. Gyms are open. They're allowing more people to gather. Before it was 4 people max, and now there are 6. But
Mm.
I think, well, but end of the day, it's not really the rules that matter. It's how people cooperate and discipline themselves. I mean,
How
I've
people operate. Mm.
I watched from the TV that Thailand is doing so well because the people have very good discipline. You don't need to set up you have the rules, but people really follows it. Hong Kong, just like many of my friends know the rules and they try to break it. It's like there's sort of not allowed gathering of four. Okay, we are two groups of four just sitting next to each other. Yeah, not
Your friend.
gathering.
Your friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I really love talking to you, and because I do not want to take too much of your time. Lastly, let us know what are you up to? Let's say, Tam, what are you up to?
Uh,
What is your most recent project? What have you planned? What are you up to?
my, first of all, I want to share my latest project is a power. I, I I set my training power your
Okay.
image with 7 instructors in many.
Saw that. I
Yeah,
saw that. Mm. 7 instructors. That's a huge. It's
yeah,
like almost a seminar, huh? It's like a
yeah,
summit. We
today.
call it summit.
Just a
Is it
training
over?
today. Yeah,
Is it over already? Oh, you're
over
successful.
already.
Okay.
Not really, but very good feedback. Very good feedback. I have is quite, we can call like a pilot project.
Pilot, and
Mm,
meaning you're going to do it again?
yeah, sure. But
Ah.
maybe like adjust to more proper.
We just wish that we could do so in Malaysia, because all our public events too sad, right?
Mm.
I know Raymond is a guy who diversifies in a lot of things, huh? Um, what is your latest project, Raymond? What are you up to? I know you're going to up to something. I just heard.
Well, in the image side, I always thought about making YouTube videos to talk about image and
You want to be a
try,
YouTuber.
sort of some videos. I have had radio sort of channel before with voice only, but it's hard to sort of show the image thing with just the voice. So I am working on getting some videos which includes like sort of men's image and some lifestyle stuff, a bit more communication.
Wow,
Yeah, just
fantastic. Tell
generally
us.
how to be a cool guy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Raymond, I think a lot of people would love to learn communication from you in a different way. Because,
yeah,
we don't want you to, for me, if you ask me to go for a communication class, if the teacher were to tell me, the pitch, the pace, you know what I mean? I don't
yeah.
need technical things, but I think you are someone who teaches modules that is very interesting and it's so practical that the minute you learn, you start practicing the minute you walk out of the class. So
Uh,
that's fabulous. And
it's hard
I,
to yeah, it's hard to find the balance, say with the AICI stuff, you're all teaching us how to be a gentleman. Gentlemen are the nice guys. It's always the bad boys who get the girls. Yeah,
naughty boys, naughty boys. Okay, we know
yeah,
that. So we look forward for a very good uh, channel from you. I know you have a radio channel yourself. That is why I didn't want to
yeah,
elaborate this, because you no longer wants to continue because
yeah.
of what
Well,
is happening in Hong
yeah,
Kong.
it's hard to just do it over voice. So I should convert it more into the video.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And one thing I picked up when Raymond came to Malaysia. Now, Tom, myself, and Raymond, we consider ourselves as educators because we do training, right?
Mm,
I remember Raymond shared with me something very motivational about why you go for training, because he goes training. Everywhere there's training, you go. We know that it's an investment. Tell us, Raymond, in some words, why must people go for education, for learning?
Yeah, I mean, like nowadays, many things you can get from the web. You can Google anything and you can learn the knowledge. But I think there's not enough. You go to a course, you learn things from people in real life. You can ask questions sort of right away, and that's only the sort of the framework that you learn. If you want more of the knowledge, you can build on that by searching more on the web. But going training is not just learning the knowledge. It's like meeting people, like how I met you, how now I know Tom, or for me going to Malaysia for training. And also the other students I get to be friend with, and it's again a social thing. And of course, the important thing is you go to another country for your training. You do your training during the day. You can still have your tourists around in the evening. So it's not just training; it's more like a holiday as well.
Yeah, I love this attitude. And I remember one fantastic word I learned from you is inspiration. When you go to
Yeah,
a training, yes, you learn, but the inspiration is something you can gather when you are at the training, during the training. It might not be
yeah,
specifically the knowledge, but somewhat some inspiration will come to you. So, what Raymond says, why he enjoy education, it's because uh, it's the networking together to get the inspiration, and it's also a holiday together, right? For
yeah.
yourself, huh? What about Tam? Why is education so important? Why do you want to come and learn from me? You already have gone to one school.
Uh, I have to keep development, and like Raymond said, many subject, many content we can get from the internet, from the Google, but we cannot get the context. We cannot get the energy. We cannot get the society. We have to. I have to bring myself to the better situation, better environment to make me improve continuously. So training is quite important for me.
Right. So it's up level and it is important to be more competent, and you will continue to seek different training to upgrade yourself, right? So exactly, we don't stop where we learn. There's a lot of new things that we will discover. Today, I thank these two guys so much coming into this show. For me, is I do things very impromptu. I don't do every weekend. Sometimes I feel like it. I have somebody with me. Yeah. So today we have two guys speaking about menswear, because menswear is my number one topic I often likes to teach, right? Thank you so much, Tom, and thank you so much, Raymond, and thank you, T, our producer for the show. Do I see any questions by anyone or not? If there's no questions, well, Raymond, how can we contact Raymond if anybody wants to know more about you and seek your advice on men's image? Raymond, how do we contact you? T, kindly write. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can. Let me think. Well, this is the Facebook account, so you can find me on Facebook. If not, you
Raymond,
can
right?
say, yeah,
What would be your Facebook account?
Raymond Chan.
yeah,
Raymond Chan,
Is
right?
it
Raymond
Okay.
Chan. Yeah,
Raymond
Okay.
Chen?
is it? Yeah,
Okay. I
Right.
it should
So
be here
people,
in the link.
you
right.
want more
All
information
right.
about menswear from
Yeah.
Raymond, you can always check Raymond's Facebook page. What about Tom?
Yeah, you can search my hashtag that show in the frame, like a
Mm-hmm.
hashtag image coach Tam, or you can search Tam Khemakorn.
Ah, your
Tam
name very
Khemakorn.
so it is
Yeah,
hashtag Coach Tam.
yeah,
TUM.
yeah, yeah.
This one,
Hashtag
right?
Uh,
hashtag image coach Tam.
all
Mm.
right. So people, you want to contact Raymond from Hong Kong, Coach Tom from Bangkok, anything about menswear, please do so. Yeah. So we thank all of you for spending almost an hour with us, especially you yourself viewing this video. Thank you to Raymond of Hong Kong, Tam, Bangkok, and T, my producer. And I know continuously I'll be talking to Raymond and Tam all the time. So I do hope we can either meet together in Kuala Lumpur next year or in Hong Kong and in Bangkok. How about it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
people,
Yes,
thank you very
sounds good.
much. Yeah, off now. Have a productive week ahead. Bye.
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 Thank you.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Bye.
สวัสดีค่ะ